Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dwellest treacherously, and they dwell not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Call Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rekakadash. Salutations and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, revealing that the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, as well as the speckled birds spread abroad throughout the four corners of the earth, that we are the Hebrew Israelites, the real children of the one supreme ruler, Yahweh, in the name of his son, Yahweh Shah. Salutation to the hopeful elect, the Akim and the Akwaf, who are infusing the truth, Shalom. This is Brother Yakanan, coming to you with a lesson, and I'm going to title this lesson, The Spoiler is Going to Be Spoiled. And as we know, that the spoiler of the nation of Israel will be the Edomites, the so-called white man, as well as the other nations that have Israel in their possession. They have taken the Lord's treasures, the apple of his eye. We don't belong unto these other nations. We belong unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the real and only true God of the entire planet. He is the only real God of all these dumb idols. These other gods don't even live. But let that be told by the other nations, because they have no part in the inheritance of the one and true God, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So, as I said, this title is going to be, the title of this lesson will be The Spoiler is Going to Be Spoiled. Mainly the nation of Esau Edom, the so-called white man. So as I started out on that first verse, it's like there's going to be a complete judgment to those that have Israel in their possession. The children of the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua, who he put into the possessions of these other nations because of our wickedness. They have dealt treacherously with us, especially at the hands of Esau Edom. So we as a nation of people have to find our way back to giving all honor and praise to our Lord, our power, our Father, our big brother, and turn from our wicked ways. So as it says in verse 1, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled. So all this time that the nation of Edom have been in power, they have not been spoiled. They have been given everything at the hands of Yahweh Shem Yahushua on this side. So the earth is theirs. The resources are theirs. All the money is theirs. The luxury is theirs. Everything that they dream of is theirs. And yes, there are some Edomites that are on the bottom and oppressed by their own people, but as a total, as a nation, they reign supreme here on the earth, but only because they have been given that power by Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dwelt treacherously. They rape, rob, murdered. They steal. They get their riches from taking, going into other lands, seizing it for themselves. And if a nation try to fight back, they got the military force, the military might to go and take it. So everything belongs unto this devil, as well as like the other high nations. But mainly Esau Edom. He can do whatever he wants to on this side because this is his kingdom. And there is nothing that we as the Hebrew Israelites can do until Yahweh Bashem Yahushua returns to redeem us out of this hell. And they shall not treacherously, and they shall not Slakia. Let me start that over. Woe unto thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dwellest treacherously, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. We can't do anything to these devils until Yahushua returns. When thou shalt cease to spoil, when Yahweh Bashem Yahushua takes the power off them to stop spoiling us, thou shalt be spoiled. We're going to give unto them 100-fold of what they done to us. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. We're going to put these devils under our foot. They're going to be back on the bottom, the base man. They're going to go into hard bondage slavery once Yahushua reverse the system here on this earth. We're going to go from being the tail back into being the head forevermore. We're never going to give up the kingdom. It's always going to be established to the nation of Israel under the rule of Yahweh and under the rule of Yahushua. So these devils are going to know what it feels like to be on the bottom once again, because for a long time they have been ruling this earth in wickedness, unrighteousness. They have been totally just running this earth, and unjustly, they have been doing it just in pure wickedness. As it states in the scriptures, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. And that wicked is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. So we as the children of the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushua are going to do what they done to us, but way more advanced, because they are dealing with the entire earth in unrighteousness, but they've been given that power that left-handed power, that left hand power by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But we're going to do it on the right-hand side. We're going to do it in righteousness as the Hebrew Israelites. Habakkuk 2 and verse 8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations. They spoiled the entire earth. They go into every land. They got military bases in over 100 countries. They're in everyone's back door. So they spoil the entire the nation. They spoil everyone on the earth. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. And the people is the Hebrew Israelites, the children of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Because of men's blood and the violence of the land, and the land is a people before a place. The land of Jerusalem, the people, the Israelites, of the city and of all that dwell therein. And we all know that the 2/3 have to be destroyed because they live wickedly. But as a total, Esau Edom has dwelt treacherously with all of us. And as we explained, the 2/3 are not going to be able to find their way back into this truth. They have to be reborn back into the kingdom. They have to be destroyed on this side. But you know, they are still the children of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Verse 2, back in Isaiah 33 and 2. O Lord, be gracious unto us. We have waited for thee. Be thou our arm every morning, our salvation also in time of trouble. So we gotta lean on Yahweh Shem Yahushua because he's the only one that can take this devil out of power. He's the only one. It says once Yahushua returns, no one was there to help. He took down this devil by himself. Of course, he's going to have the so-called UFOs, which is the chariots. Of course, he's going to have those at his dispense. But he's going to totally wipe out these wicked. Whether it's Esau Edom, the other nations, whether it be our people. No one's going to help Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He's going to do it himself. He's going to repay for what these devils did unto him when he walked the earth. Verse 2 again. O Lord, be gracious unto us. And that us is the elect, the hopeful elect. The 1/3 of the nation of Israel. Because we're coming back into this truth. We're believing on the word. We're doing what we have to do. We're doing the work. We're asking for forgiveness. We're trying to turn away from our sins. And when I say trying, we know that we are in sinful flesh. But we're doing the best we can to show Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We are trying to return. We are calling upon their names. O Lord, be gracious unto us. We have waited for thee. Be thou their arm every morning, our salvation also in the time of trouble. And that time of trouble has been throughout every generation, but that real trouble is going to come once Jacob trouble is here. When they start forcing us to have to take that MOTB, that C-HIP, the rioting, not being able to spend money if we don't take the MOTB. That trouble is going to be upon the nation of Israel. The true followers of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He's going to be our salvation. So as long as we continue to call upon his name, everything is going to be in our favor. And if we're a part of that hopeful elect, we're going to be redeemed and saved from the destruction, not the destruction by Esau Edom, by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Through the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we're going to be redeemed from that. Isaiah 25:9. And it shall be said in that day, lo, this is our power. We have waited for him. We got to be patient. We got to be steadfast. We got to be understanding that these scriptures are 100% true. That he's going to come back and save us. And it shall be said in that day, lo, this is our God. We have waited for him, and he will save us. This is the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We have waited for him. We will be glad and rejoice in his salvation. So once he comes back to deliver us from this trouble, we're going to be in them chariots ecstatic, happy, crying, for giving all honor and praises that Yahweh Shem Yahushua did not leave us, that he did not turn his back on us, that he did not leave us to be killed by this devil, to flee from the destruction that he is going to place on the entire earth. We're going to rejoice at the fact that he has saved us, and he has delivered us with his mighty power. So yeah, man, it's just giving all honor and praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Verse 3, back in Isaiah 33:3, at the noise of the tumult, the people fled. At the lifting up of thyself, the nations were scattered. So these nations are going to fear and tremble at the voice of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They're going to know that these are the children. These are his children. And they're going to know that they have been treating us so wrong. Like just putting us off day to day. They're gonna turn against Esau Edom, because Esau Edom and pretty much all these nations know that we are the Hebrew Israelites, the real children of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And they're going to be so afraid once he returns to deliver us. They're going to be scattered. They're going to be like a roach full of They're going to be like a room full of cockroaches when you got the lights off and you flip them lights on and the roaches scatter. That's how it's going to be. They're going to try to hide from Yahweh Shem Yahushua, but it's not going to be to no avail, because he's going to totally destroy this system the way it is now. And your spoil shall be gathered like the gathering of the caterpillar, as the running to and fro of locusts shall he run upon them. So they're going to be going back and forth, not knowing what to do, because Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to gather them and destroy them. Verse 5. The Lord is exalted. For he dwelleth on high. He hath filled Zion with judgment and righteousness. The righteousness is going to return upon the children of Israel. The judgment is going to return upon the children of Israel. They are Zion. The Lord is exalted. He dwelleth on high above all these kingdoms. The kingdom of heaven is going to be established above all these kingdoms. And everything that Israel was promised from Yahweh Shem Yahushua in Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 14, is going to be established forevermore. And no other nation is going to take us down or be a part of it. They're going to be our slaves under our foot. After that slavery of 1,000-year bondage, the nation of the nation of Edom, the so-called white man, Esau, is going to be totally abolished, destroyed. Verse, we go to, I think it was Psalms 7 and 9. For thou, Lord, art high above all the earth. Thou art exalted far above all gods. So these dumb idols, these other gods, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, Buddha, Allah, the worshiping of materialistic things, houses, cars. Yeah, those things are great, but you making them your God. You know that the people, like seeing family members and other friends and things like that, they worship their material things. They make them their gods. They think they got that all by themselves. And then they worship Jesus Christ. They give him all the honor and praises, not knowing that you guys are turning to idol gods. So we as a nation of people have to return back into Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Give him all honor, glory, and praises. Verse 6, the wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. And the only ones that are going to get the wisdom and knowledge and stay calling upon Yahweh Shem Yahushua are the 1/3, the hopeful elect. We're going to be the ones that have that wisdom and knowledge. The strength of the salvation and the strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord is his treasure. So that salvation, knowing that we can always return and ask him for everything that we truly desire, as long as we call upon his name, we're going to be saved, redeemed, and that fear of knowing his great power is the treasure. Knowing he can do everything. Knowing that there is nothing done under heaven without his consent. That is the treasure That is the fear. And it all is supposed to be given to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Verse 7, behold, their valiant ones, it's like if I'm saying that wrong, behold, their valiant ones shall cry without. The ambassadors of peace shall weep bitterly. So they're going to cry. The ambassador of peace. Who are the only ones crying for peace? The nation of Israel. We're the only ones sighing and crying, wanting this system to go down, for the kingdom to be set up here on the earth. Second Kings, Slovakia. I go get it. No, that's not the one I wanted. Slovakia, I'm gonna just go ahead and continue reading. Verse 8, Isaiah 33:8, the highways lie waste, the way first. He hath broken the covenant. He hath despised the cities. He regardeth no man. And this devil did not regard anything besides himself, knowing that the statues that he has on this earth are not lawful. They're not just. He didn't consider. He didn't come to any type of knowledge that he didn't consider that we've been the real children of the Most High, Salakim, that we've been the real children of the Most High Yahweh. He didn't care about that. He continued to want us to be down, to be put down, to keep us from rising, calling upon Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because this devil knows once we start calling upon our Father and our big brother, that they will return to deliver us out of this hell. So we as the children of Israel have to do whatever it takes for us to get for Yahweh Shem Yahushua, call upon his name, their names, to get us out of here. Because like I said, we don't have any type of military might in our hands. They are our military. And they are the strongest military of all time. So no matter what Esau, Edom, or these other nations do, they're never going to be able to defeat Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The earth mourneth, the languish, Lebanon is ashamed and hewed down. They're going to be brought down. When it goes to that hewed down, like imagine a big oak tree, and you're out there, or one of them trees that's out there in the forest, and you cut that tree down, you done hewed it down. That's what Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to do to these other nations, starting from Esau, Edom. Sharon is like a wilderness, and Bashan, a camel, shake off their fruits. So like a wilderness, these other nations are. That shaking off of their fruits, are going to be brought down. Go up to like an apple tree or orange tree, shake it violently, the fruits going to fall off. They're going to be brought down. Going to end it with this one in verse 10. Now I will arise, saith the Lord, who will be exalted. Now I will lift up myself. All honor, glory, and praises belong unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. His righteousness, his everlasting love to the children of Israel is going to be all lifted up. He is the God of gods. Once Yahweh shall return, he's the King of kings, Lord of lords. His kingdom established above all kingdoms. Nothing is going to bring the nation of Israel down forever. So no matter how hard these nations try, they're never going to be able to recuperate, get their status back. They're going to go into that 1,000 year of hardcore slavery. And after that time is up, yeah, they're going to be released into their lands that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to give them. But that nation of Edom, them Idumeans, they're going to be totally destroyed from the face of the earth. And we're going to rejoice. It says that, in the scriptures, paraphrasing, when the wicked are in authority, the people mourneth. But once the righteousness is in authority, the people rejoice. And the Hebrew Israelites, the children of Yahweh, the children of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, the nations are going to rejoice once we are back in power. End it off with precept. Psalms 12 and 5. For the oppression of the poor, Israelites, of the needy, Israelites, now will I arise. Yahushua said he's going to arise. He's going to, everything is going to be exalted. Now I will arise, says Yahweh Shem Yahushua. I will set him in safety. The him is the Hebrew Israelites. For him, from him that puffeth up at him. And that's the one that the world calls the wicked. The nation of Edom, the so-called white man. We're going to be delivered from the hands of him. And everything is going to be glorious once Yahweh Shem Yahushua returns to redeem us from our captivity. Both kingdoms are going to be one, Israel and Judah. We're going to honor, praise, glorify the names of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And we're never going to be taken out of power as long, forever. Because we're going to receive immortality. We're never going to die. We're never going to age. We're always going to be here. These other nations are still going to die off, but they're going to be reborn. They're going to always be under the foot of the nation of Israel. Everything belongs unto us through the powers of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. We are next. This is our earth for our sake. So hopefully that was edifying. This has been Brother Yakanan. I would like to give all honor and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rekagadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, revealing that so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, as well as the speckled birds spread abroad throughout the four corners of the earth, that we are the Hebrew Israelites, the real children of the one supreme ruler, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Salutations to the hopeful elect who's listening, the Akim and the Aquaf who are infused in this truth. Shalom. Like I said, this is Brother Yakanan, and I want to give all honor and praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rekagadash. Until the next time, Shalom, Nation of Israel.